Hey, this is Matt once again. What about the end of the video? There's another paid request, this time for Frame by Frame, who wanted me to talk about Stranger Things Season 4, Episodes 3 and 4. And like the previous one, I'll probably just talk about both of these in the same video, because I don't know if it's just I'm so done with Stranger Things, and I'm just so over it. Because like the first season, I didn't mind. The second season, eh. Third season, I thought was the worst. This one, I think the seriousness, instead of the goofy, stupid comedy of the third season, brings us up above season 3. Is it better than season 2? Probably not, as I get further into this. Season 1's definitely the best. But maybe it's just because all the different subplots are going on, and makes it feel a bit stretched too thin. And then because you have so many actors and so many characters you have to facilitate, that the stories run thin. Like, even by episodes 3 and 4, it feels like it's getting thin. Episode 3, the monster and the superhero. Paul Reiser, nice to see him in there again. The military visits him and asks him questions. He, doesn't tell where 11 is. Either goes to the town, California, or Russia. The stuff in California, Mike and Will, they're sorry they didn't talk to each other, which seems like something that's been happening since the couple seasons ago, and like nothing has much changed. Where they have this not talk to each other type of thing. I'm like, okay, this is nothing new. So they like the same old. 11 is arrested. And Winona Ryder and the one guy have gone on a plane, tell the kids they're going to Alaska, but they're going to Russia. That's pretty much all the California stuff. The Russia stuff, they're on a plane, while you see Hopper in prison, dealing with prison stuff. And all this Russia stuff, my god, I don't give a rat's ass. It was the dumbest decision for them to have this whole thing with Hopper in Russia. Just none of this Russia stuff, I don't think a lot of people give a flying fuck about. I don't think people go see Stranger Things to see a wannabe version of Hogan's Heroes. I just didn't give a fuck about any of that. Really didn't. Where Winona Ryder and the guy are going to try to get the money to this guy so that he could get out. And then the other stuff. Oh, by the way, the California stuff. Anything with Jonathan and his stoner buddy, Argyle. Yeah, I wish it was Argyle from fucking Die Hard. Not this long-haired stoner fuck. Who's annoying as pissing in the wind. Hey guys, you know what? How about take your hair, I flip it, and slam you against the fucking wall and kick you in the nuts, take your pizza and smash it in your face, steal the rest of your pizza and take it home with me, Argyle. Cut your hair, stop getting high on your own supply, and get the fuck off this show. The new characters they put in this, Eddie is tolerable. The other characters didn't give a rat's ass. Don't give a rat's ass about Argyle, stoner, long-haired fuck. Fuck him. He's annoying. He's irritating. He could take a walk off a pier, that character. Or, I don't know, have a fucking dick sewn into his mouth so he could shut up. Max, I barely gave a rat's ass about Max in the past. So it's a lot of her going through therapy. Dustin and Steve, their friendship from season before, some of that still shines. Although Steve who's like one of the better characters, doesn't have a whole lot to do other than being a babysitter again. Oh, and 11 has a fight with Mike because when Mike gave her letters, he never said love Mike, he always said from Mike. They're trying to look a bit more into who this demon possibly may be. And then, was it Mike's older sister and the one girl who works at the video store with Steve, which I don't really give a rat's ass about her either. I say it's like a lot of characters I don't give a rat's ass about. I don't care about Mike's older sister, never did. The one girl who's just weird and she works at the video store, don't give a rat's ass about her. I don't even remember her damn name. And the next episode, episode 4, those two ladies look through, between these two episodes, they look through a library, they find some info about this person who survived a demon from the 50s. They go visit the person after lying applications to get into this medical facility, and the one girl from the video store worked with Steve, I don't remember her damn name, she gives this big poofy speech. They're able to talk to this guy who survived, has no eyes anymore, is in this asylum, and is Robert Englund. I'm like, okay, cool to see Robert Englund, but... And then in episode 4, you see more of his backstory, where the younger version of him, played by a different actor, his family died, he almost died, and you find out how he survived, which I'll get to in a little bit. And then the end of episode 3 is, since 11's been arrested, she's in this convoy, these cars stop the convoy, and the guy who gets in is Paul Reiser, who helps her out. And the one scene I liked in this, other than a little bit with Dustin and Steve, the one scene I liked, because I thought the way the music played, or I say the music that was used, Paul Reiser, nice to see him in there, nice to see him not being a Burke from Aliens, playing a good guy. I thought he worked rather well. I liked his dialogue with 11. So, you know what? I'm betting the fate of the world that you're one of the good ones. And he's being nice. He's like, hey, I understand. There's a lot to ask of you. I know you don't have powers, but I may find a way to do it. And so you can get your powers back. There's a risk to it. If you say yes, we gotta leave now. If you don't, I understand. Like, Paul Reiser, his character, the way he talks, he's being sensible, he's being nice, easy to root for. And again, the music that plays during that with him and 11, when they're in this diner, to me, this is the best scene in the movie. I mean, in the episode. Then in episode 4, you don't really see any of 11 in there. You just see Max, she's having visions, so she's going to be the next victim. Lucas, who's given like nothing to do other than pound around with these other jocks, and then knowing they're going too far, so he runs off and meets with the old gang. Talks a little bit with Max. They'll cut to the Russia stuff, where Hopper, David Harbour, he escapes, and he escapes a bit more, and he escapes some more. He fights one guy, and the gun goes off. He's running a bit. Then by the end, he gets captured, and Winona Ryder and the other guy, they're talking to someone they've been drugged. I'm like, man, this Russia stuff is getting old real fucking quick. Because it feels like it's going in slow motion. It feels like there's not a lot of momentum. I don't think this damn show needed to be in 2 parts. Because, for I understand, there's like 7, 8 parts in this. Then you gotta wait months until the second part. Now, maybe because that part isn't done and finished filming. That's why they split into 2 parts. But still, this did not need these long-ass episodes, some of them an hour and 10, some of them, to be honest, are 50 minutes. There's not, doesn't need to be this many goddamn amount of running time on this. It really doesn't. Talk about stretching something all the way. But you know what? When you stretch something so much, that's what happens. It just tears apart, falls apart. And I've said that before from the beginning, that I think these would work better as films, not as a TV show. If you know, we don't need this, we don't need this, maybe there's too many characters, this character, we don't need Argyle, the stoner guy, the stuff for Russia is boring as shit. I don't know, maybe have one episode where you do all this with Russia, end it, Harvard comes home, not stretched out for so many episodes, and then you make the episodes longer. It just, I don't think it's as interesting as obviously the creators make it out to be. And this is where the two ladies, they talk to former possible victim Robert England, and one of the things he says is that he's heard this angel, they realize it's music, so if you listen to music, it'll help you have a connection back to the real world. So while Max is going in convulsions, they put headphones on her, she's able to have a connection and escapes back to the world, and she's fine. Oh, in California, Mike and Will, they're in their house, and these bad guys show up and try to shoot them. And try to kill them. I don't know if it was the Russian guys or military guys. I can't remember. I would say one of the cops there holds his own a bit, kills quite a bit of the bad guys. He just wounded. I'm like, wow, this guy holds his own. He wasn't just a paperweight, die in 2 seconds. He's helping the kids get down, ba 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 ba. Okay, cool. He's not John Wick or anything. But, and we don't know anything about the guy or the character, but it's okay, this guy held his own, cool. And like I said, Hopper escapes, but then gets caught anyway, and then one of our writers been drugged. Now, episode 3 and 4, to be honest, you could have edited where this could have been one episode. 11 goals. It's a I think you could have edited this into one episode. There's just a lot of extraneous stuff, and again, maybe Stranger Things. I'll say one thing that's better than the Chucky TV show. I'll give you that. I will give you that. I will watch this any day over the Chucky TV show. Any day and twice on Tuesday. I'll give you that. Because at least some characters like Dustin and Steve and the little bits we see of Mike. Because it's where Mike... I remember when I saw the first season, I thought Mike would be our lead. But he's really pushed way in the back. And it's strange. Again, your lead character, at least I thought it was in the first season, has been pushed way to the backside, it feels. It feels as if his story is one of the most mundane things on the show. Other than now when they get shot at the escape. With the stoner guy and his pizza delivery vehicle. Instead it's more about, like, we've got more about Max and her therapy sessions and her almost getting killed. There's been more about Max than Mike. I don't really give a whole lot of shit about Max. Maybe that's the thing, is that Well, I'm not. Well, I was going to say, man, they're even more focused on the women than the guys, but maybe that wouldn't be really fair to say. Although, it seems like it, but whatever. I don't know. This. I think they just. There's too many characters. Trying to split up into three different areas. I think it's a story that's just too spread apart. When I think it works better when it's more refined and focused, and that's the thing, is that there's not a lot of focus. I think that's really my big issue with this season, is that it's unfocused and going all these different places. So if you're getting into this, then you're here, and then you're here. And I I read somewhere where someone said, what the only interesting thing is the stuff happening in Hawkins, the town. I think they're right. Stuff in Russia I don't give a fuck about, and the stuff in California I don't really give a whole lot of fuck about. But the Hawkins, because it's the horror element and all this stuff, yeah, that is the most intrigue. It's just because you have so many characters, instead of limiting and keeping the central group and focusing on them, and plus it doesn't help that these kids have grown so much physically that they're still supposed to be in this type of school, but at the same time, they've their age has very much shown. Like, they're getting a bit too old for this shit, so to speak. I mean, the production values, like the look of the monster, the demon, again, that sort of Hellraiser, other type, looks cool. The music, the synth 80s type of music, well done. Yes, you still have references, like Police Academy 3 gets brought up because that's playing in the theater. Although someone says, oh, I heard that was bad. I'm like, don't knock Police Academy 3. I'd rather watch that than this. For the most part, I wouldn't even say the acting is bad. But, I mean, other than Argyle, I think he's bad. But yeah, I just don't give a rat's ass. I mean, maybe because I thought the first Stranger Things season 1 was okay, and if you're a diehard fan, you'll get more about it than me, but to me, I'm like, eh. This is what I thought would be an issue, is that I said before, I think this would work better as movies. Not elongated, now at times an hour and 10-minute episodes. Not as annoying as Season 3 still. I still put it above Season 3. But I'm just really tired of this Russia shit. Just, like, be done with this whole part of the story. Like, is Mike going to have stuff to actually do? Is Lucas going to be utilized much at all? Because it feels like he's barely been utilized, and this is season 4 now. I don't know. So, with that said, I mean, Max feels like she's getting more than Lucas, who's been there since season 1. But hey, whatever. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.